going to be honest, Tau and Tirkin is honestly one of the worst side quests in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Thankfully, this guide here is to show you how to exactly do the side quest in a sort of easy way. The first thing you need to do is gather information from Roland. He is found right next to the canteen to make it easy, and plus I guess some generic info too from time to time. So once you get that all done, go ahead and investigate the canteen and go ahead and view Food for Tau. Food for Tau is the start of the side quest, as always. Seems like every single side quest in this game revolves around discussing stuff at the canteen, so that there is the first part. So yeah, this side quest kind of sucks here in a little bit because of the main gimmick with the side quest. Alright, once you talk to them, go ahead and talk to Roland once again. He is found in the center part of the town, asking about the food stuff yet. And here he's going to talk about the situation with the Tirkin and the people of Tau, establishing a peace tradition. However, though, in order to upkeep that, they need 200 food sources, which is honestly ridiculous. You need 50 of 4 different items. However, though, the alternative is that you can go ahead and resort to violence and kill off the Tirkin colony, which for the sake of this side quest is definitely a lot more appetizing, but we like peace around here. So every step, start things up by talking to Roland. He gives you 10 free of the item you need, so you just need to collect 40. Anyways, head to the Vista of Ronar. This is going to be the spot that we're going to be doing all of our grinding for this item. So here from the very start, go ahead and run along the roadside, and you'll see some green exclamation points. Pick them up as they're going to be the sources of items. First one we have is the green nectarine. Honestly, not terrible. Most of them I find here on the upper level. You can go down to lower levels, but I just go here and for the first one. And here's where I realized this side quest is bullcrap. Next up is Tirkin grass. Once again, go ahead and talk to Roland once again, and he'll give you the 10 free ones. So there we are. Now this step is going to be how I find to get the Tirkin grass and other ones too. So once again, run along the roadside. You don't really need to hop up on the upper balcony since it doesn't really spawn there. And yeah, you'll be picking some stuff up. Now then, once you get over here to the end, you're going to want to head over to the side path down here. And this is the best recommendation. Just look for any green exclamation points. Here, I'm not really seeing anything right now. But yeah, sometimes some items do spawn up on the ledges up here. Just poke around, seeing what you can find. And at the very end, this last spot here is a good spot for a lot of items, such as the aubergine, which you will definitely need. So hop down to the bottom, collect the item, and go ahead and fall down. In order to collect items, you have to death warp. Skip traveling does not reset, however, death warping does, so this is why we're skip traveling here, just so that way we can grind along this pathway.
Good thing we found.
So yeah, so here's the last one. Once again, you just got to death warp, and there's 50 Tirkin grass, and also shiny roses. Once again, you can find them along that pathway, so get your 10 free and then go from there. Yeah, shiny roses aren't really too common. Glare aubergines, though, are a pain in the Arceus. The best way to find glare aubergines is that it doesn't really spawn anywhere on the normal pathway. Instead, it likes to spawn on the lowest pathway. So this little step here is an easy way to get down there. I like to line myself up with this little fern here, and then fall on down and hug inside. Thankfully, turning in this game is pretty easy for falling, so you can line yourself up and land on this ladder so that way you don't die. And down here in the lowest level, just find the green exclamation point and collect the aubergine. Honestly, not terrible. Just the jump is not really too bad. Jumping on ladders isn't the hardest thing in the game, and there is enough leeway to make it more or less consistent. So once again, death warp to reset the area, and then keep on collecting. Once again, using the fern is the best way to line yourself up, because this fern is a nice easy point to fall off, and it's roughly where the ladder is, so you can just turn around and fall right onto it. And with this is the last aubergine we need, so we can finally turn in the side quest. Going from the side quest, go ahead and skip travel to the campfire thing, follow along the pathway as you would for the story, and instead of heading down to lower level, instead climb this little vine here and head up to the top part.
Time for a climb.
Yeah, the recommended level is about 40, mostly because the Tirkin there on the base level are going to be aggroing you. So yeah, so it could be a little bit of annoyance. It is a little high level for this point in the game. Alright, and then eventually following the pathway, you'll arrive on another set of vines, and this is where the route differences is going to be. If you did not come to collect food, instead you'll be stopped here by some Tirkin, and they'll realize that you've more or less betrayed them. So go ahead and fight them if you're doing the better route. Otherwise, just go ahead and do the side quest, and they'll say, yeah, we got your food, so we can go ahead and pass on through. And doing this route, the Tirkin will not be aggressive for the rest of the game. However, though, if you resort to violence, then these Tirkin will forever be aggro. Heading up the pathway, there is a unique monster, not really too hard to avoid, just hug the ledge and you should be fine. And at the very top, you will find the Tirkin. And the Tirkin will result in a pretty humorous cutscene. Well, humorous and annoying cutscene. That will more or less wrap up the side quest. And with this, annoying side quest is done. The side quest is terrible and better to resort to violence. So instead, if you ever want to grind up the 50 requirements, there you go. It's honestly very annoying and not worth it. It's better to resort to violence just because doing the peaceful way is very tedious to some Orpheolus. If there's any more side quests you want me to do, go ahead and leave them down in the discussion, and I'll see you on the next one.